Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark lemon movies.
Wow. Hi, I'm Brian. I like Hallmark lemon drop movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark lemon movies. And this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Final week of August.
Yeah, this is when this big show's here.
Yeah, baby.
This is where we make the big bucks.
Now,
we're losing money on these episodes.
I got to tell you, some people might have seen the...
It's called a loss leader is what this called. This is the Amazon of episodes.
That's right.
Magic of lemon drops. We're taking a bath here. Yeah. We still have to pay Brian his full rate for this. You believe
no
this?
No discount here.
Yeah, he actually charges more because he doesn't want to be here in August.
Right. Yeah,
it's tough. You may have seen on the socials this schedule for the week and been like, hey, whoa, pump the brakes, kids. Like, what about a fall preview show? And I did see somebody out there that was like, what about the next preview show?
Yeah.
Doesn't that start this weekend?
You saw somebody out there. Was it
someone
you?
on Facebook was like, when is the preview show?
I did see that.
Because it's going to be a new month, but the new month technically doesn't start until Sunday, I believe. So the movie this weekend is still an August movie, and August 31st.
Did we preview it?
So the preview, we did preview it.
Okay,
so the preview show comes out next week, even though the episode will be coming out in September. No new movie will have aired yet. That's why that's happening. But we are, Dan, and I think you'll be happy about this. We are going to be doing a little ranking, and it's going to be a lot because, go ahead, I know you're going to make fun of me and blah, blah, blah.
We sat down to do the schedule a week ago, and I was like, what is the deal with two ranking
on the
episodes?
Promethean board.
And what I found after some digging, Brand finally admitted that he forgot to do a ranking episode when it was supposed to be done. So our ranking episode is like, 2 months late?
Yes. The ranking episode, if we're doing it by quarter.
Which, obviously.
It should have come out
Lost leaders.
right before Christmas in July
We're
started.
Walmart over here. These August episodes, full Walmart.
But we didn't, and so here we are. Yeah. So that means, though, the good news is we'll do a ranking episode later this week, and it's going to be jam-packed, and it'll take hours, and we've got that carved out. But that means the next ranking episode that'll come out right before the holiday season, maybe not as much.
Will be real short.
Well, except
be
the
whole dinker.
I don't know. Like, what do we do are we putting Hallmark Plus movies on there? Because that's 1,000. There's 1,000 of them next month.
I don't think we are. It didn't air on terrestrial television.
Terrestrial. And that's what we're all about here. People say streaming's the future.
Wrong.
You can stream this show and all the Deck the Hallmark episodes on Philo.
Philo.tv/DTH. What a platform it is. The DVR, mind-blowing. There's so much stuff on there. I keep finding myself being surprised, and I shouldn't, because at this point it's old hat, you know? But
it's old hat.
But old hat becomes new hat every time I see it.
Every time new hat happens, oh man, what a day that is.
Brian, you came in this morning with a little extra pep in your step.
You were about to say step in your pep.
Step in your pep. You were telling us that you had been working on your top 5 favorite hats of all time.
Yeah.
You've given it a lot of thought. And I said, I don't know if this is going to be good for podcasting. You said it's going to be really good for podcasting. You're really going to want to hear this. And so against my better judgment, I will kick it to you, my friend.
Okay.
Top 5 favorite hats. Go.
Yeah. Oversized hat.
That's all of them for you, right?
It's every hat. That's
all
every hat.
Adult hats are oversized hats.
I can't wear a hat comfortably.
Yeah.
I'm anti-hat because of it, actually. I didn't want to bring it up.
Did you ever, did you play baseball as a kid?
Yeah, I wore a hat, and it was like, I looked like, it was like 9 feet tall.
It's great.
I had the thing in the back, like waving in the wind because it was so tight. I had it on like one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had it on the first one all the way over?
Yeah, probably through high school, maybe.
Man.
All right, this wasn't good podcasting.
Podcasting.
He couldn't
will
think of a
just-
single hat.
Oversized
Cowboy.
I will say
Cowboy's a good one, yeah.
I got my first Starbucks PSL this weekend.
You did.
And it's as magical as ever.
I
It
got
is
one
great.
of the apple oat milk shaken espressos.
Look at you.
Yeah, tried it out.
You're a fall boy.
I haven't had any seasonal drinks
But
yet.
we did have fake. We did have fake fall
Fake fall
here in
last
South
week.
Carolina, which is a big deal.
True.
Yeah.
Back to
There's
summer
like a
now.
week in late August where it's like 60
Perfect.
in the
90s,
mornings,
95
and now this
today.
week it will be 95ish every day. So
day.
we're back. We're back,
Yeah, but it
baby.
did still feel good this morning.
It felt great this
we
morning.
We had our typical Monday morning outdoor
Yeah,
meeting.
8:30
that you and I
shed
have.
talk is what we
And
had.
we had 8:30.
We
shed
go
talk.
out by Brand's shed and we have a talk.
Yeah, we just kind of talk about
In
the
the
shed.
cold.
Yeah.
We talk about possibilities of the shed.
That's right. We're
we
like,
think
what
a
could
lot
this shed
about
be?
the shed.
Oh,
Imagine it.
still just plywood.
Yeah,
Great.
still,
Cool.
it still is. Okay,
Yeah.
great. But it was really nice having that meeting outdoors.
Brand,
today.
get off there.
Well, yeah, get off that shed.
Get off the shed.
Double Hallmark movie week this week, which is always
Sure
fun.
was.
We've got a Hallmark channel today that we're going to talk about. The Magic of Woman drops. Nellie, not the singer.
If you want to go
Oh.
take a ride. Oh, man.
I know. I'm sorry. Nellie Knows Mysteries. We'll be getting to that tomorrow. New mystery
Why must
wheel.
I solve this case? Hey,
I
Nellie knows
think.
mysteries. Save it for tomorrow, everybody.
Forgive me, everybody, if I'm wrong about this, but maybe this might be the last new mystery wheel of the year. I know we're getting some new mysteries.
Mystery
but
Lane, Jane, all those.
Mystery Lane, Jane, Hall of Fame, Holler at Your Boy, Don't Be Lame, stuff like that.
Yeah. Will it sunshine or will it rain?
Oh, hey. Let's talk Magic of Lemon Drops, shall we? It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on August 24th, 2024. And it went a little something like, I feel like I'm just now getting a handle on 2024. I'm not saying 2023 anymore is going well. And I only got this for a few more months, so.
We're 2/3 of the way
Enjoy
on this bad
I know.
boy.
I know. Anyway,
Any womb? That what you do in your personal time is none of my business.
He got the year at the cost of so many other things.
Maybe his marriage.
Wow.
Any womb.
Hey.
He'll always have his shed.
Any womb. Any womb.
It's almost my wife's. Speaking of her, it's almost my wife's birthday month, which is exciting.
Oh yeah,
Love September.
that's
September's
my
a great month.
anniversary month.
Yeah,
as well.
We should do a combo.
Yeah, put them together.
Anniversary birthday combo. That's
Keep
what
the
we did this
candles
weekend.
up.
Should
we
we?
had a. That's what we had a pool party. You
We did
weren't
have
invited.
a pool party yesterday. You were not invited.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
true.
Thank you.
And do you want to tell everybody about how I saved the day
Oh, we had a saving?
at all?
ridiculous.
Do you want to tell everybody about
I
how
got this
saved
Blackstone. I turned
the
it
day? Have you heard
on.
about the Blackstone? Has he
I
told
heard
you
he,
about the
is
Blackstone?
this the
I would not have
stove?
said anything. We're not for you.
Is this what he puts all his food on and tells us about?
We were going to try out burgers on the Blackstone.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And I turned the Blackstone on like I'd always do, turn it on high, and I'm going to do the bacon first. So I throw the bacon on there because it takes longer, and the bacon's just not cooking that well. And like you look and the flame is on, but it's like the temp of the cast iron's getting to like 190, 200.
It's not going
Not
to do
gonna
anything.
do
And
it.
Brand, who
We know
offers
that.
nothing when it comes to grilling, like less than nothing, he's standing there in his wet swim shirt,
That's right.
and he goes,
Dripping all over the place.
he goes, exactly right. And he goes, what if you turned it off and back on?
that's
And
the
I
answer
did,
for almost everything.
and I did, and it worked. And Brand took credit for dinner.
Yeah.
That's how that happened.
He still is.
He still is.
Actually.
I
He still is.
am.
Boy.
I still am. Do you want to tell everybody how I almost drowned? How I freaked out?
I've been trying to get Brand to swim just across the deep end with 14 feet wide. The deep end is not wide at all, 14 feet.
Yeah.
And he was getting to the point where he was going underwater, and he was holding his nose.
And I just listen. I just move at my own pace, and I try not to make a big deal about it. When I feel like I got some space, I go out there.
and I was
kinda-
like, hey, you know what? If you just blow air out of your nose when you go underwater, like you've just been holding your nose, just go underwater like this and go under.
He'll never come back up.
And so he started doing that, and he was like starting to stay down for like not a second, but like 3, 4, 5 seconds. And I left him over there. He's right by the brick. Like he's right by the brick.
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah.
And so we got all 4 boys are in the pool. Like I'm throwing them around. And then all of a sudden I look over and Brandon's under. I'm like, man, he's been under a while. And then I see, boom, boom, boom. And he can't get his
Can't
head.
reach a thing.
He's reaching for the brick.
It's causing me to panic more.
Yeah.
And I know. I thought about this last night. I was going to bed and my heart started beating.
Sweating.
I know, and when I take a step back, I know that if I just chill,
Right.
I'll come up and I can do the thing. But in the moment, I can't tell myself that.
No.
I don't have the capability of in that moment.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know Bran well enough in the pool. I know Bran well enough in life, more than just about anybody. But in the pool, like, he reached his hand and almost grabbed the brick, and I'm like, all right, he's literally an inch away.
He's doing a
got
bit.
it.
He's doing a bit.
And then and I thought he was doing a bit, and then the second one missed, and I took off. Like, I went over there. Like, I'm gonna have to save Bran from drowning in my
boys,
6
come on.
foot deep swimming pool.
Everybody help out.
Yeah. Anywho,
One of your boys last night was jumping on me while I'm holding on to a demon, and I'm trying to hold my composure because we had wrestled earlier. We had a good time.
I was getting dinner started. You were wrestling with all 4 boys.
Yeah, you were trying to figure out how to save dinner, and I'll
shallow
come
end.
care of
The
this.
shallow end.
Shallow
3
end.
feet.
Yeah.
So then I start throwing him around and wrestling with him, and then Bran gets in the pool to work on his swimming.
Yeah, of course. His technique,
And my kid, when I say, all right, I'm done, like I tell the boy, like, I'm done, that's it, I got to take a break. Ray goes over to
Tag
you
Brandon.
and is like, all right, let's wrestle. And Brandon's in the deep end of the pool holding on. And he's like,
boy.
not right now. And Ray's like,
hold
still
on
thinks,
figuratively and
still
He's
thinks,
saying
literally.
Uncle Brand's doing a
it's,
bit.
it's time. Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm doing bits.
And
I
I-
do too many bits.
And I literally,
I'm guilty of a lot.
I had to pull Ray aside
bit.
and go, buddy, Uncle Bran cannot swim.
And his
He's
face.
His
scaredy.
face, he looked like I was
It's
doing a
like
bit.
he told him to say and it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I was like, he can't swim. He didn't learn when he was a kid. That's why it's important to learn when you're a kid. And he's working on it right now. In the deep end, you really can't do that to him.
So you saved me, I saved dinner, we're even.
And then I
That's
kind of embarrassed you in front of my 8-year-old, which was not the point.
No.
I was trying my best.
I am who I am. That doesn't embarrass me.
Yeah.
That doesn't embarrass me.
So
What a
that's
weekend.
that's how we're here. At the Walmart of episodes.
That's right.
That's exactly right. Magic of Woman drops
Trailing
August
12
24th,
months.
2024, and it went a little
When
something
that
like
Three Wise Men and a Baby sequel comes out, that episode
Wise
will
Men.
make
the
us
moon.
The
make
Wiser
us
Men.
money
Wiser.
that will cover
You do
this.
these
This
to
makes
do
up for it.
that, and
Yes.
all you have to do it.
ROI, people.
And it went a little something like this. We're in Lakeville, Minnesota.
What year is it again?
Sort of.
2024. And
Brandon,
thank you.
nice.
I know. I didn't even have to think about
Whose
it.
room is it?
And Lolly. Lolly works at her dad's diner, the Eatery. It's the name of the diner. What do we call the place that we eat at?
How about the eatery?
What about Food Town? No. Shut up, Jacob. You dummy. It's the Eatery.
Speaking
It's
of
the
eateries.
Eatery.
Let's do Food Town.
No. Jacob, shut your whore mouth.
That's uncalled for.
It's the
I just
Eatery.
want to call it Food Town is all I want to do.
Just let him go.
Food
Food
Town.
Town.
All right, we'll call it Food Town.
Thank
Don't
you.
tell him.
Just kidding, you dummy. It's the Eatery. Coming out here with your dumb ideas. Anywho, she has a big idea on how to make the diner even better because she's an aspiring restaurateur. Avocado toasts and capers.
Yeah, that's how you know she's big.
She's
thing.
big. She says avocado toast
Not
is
a
a big
loss
deal.
leader.
Dad's not having it. Dad's like, as long as I'm leading the charge here at the old diner, at the Eatery, if you will, Food Town. Don't call it that. We're not changing the menu. But the IRS begs to differ. They come a knocking. They sent the big envelope. That's how you know they mean business. That's why we were meeting at the shed today.
That's right.
We had the big envelope.
We got the big envelope.
And we said once the Three Wiser Men and the baby comes out, like it'll
Right,
all
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's
We
fine.
can pay the back.
We'll
taxes.
pay the back.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're good for it.
We're good for it.
We're good for it.
As long as Tyler Hines is good for it, we're good for it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We then meet a dude. His name is Rory, who is
And you get a few friends to join.
That's right.
yeah. If,
join
well,
in.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
If everybody
Yeah.
sends this episode to 3 friends, then they send it to 3 more friends. Then this
Works.
episode works.
And then
Then we are
everybody's going to
fine.
heaven.
Then we
That's
don't have to
right.
wait
Aaron?
until. Then we don't have to wait until 3 wiser men and a baby.
Oh. Already impacting us. I
Look
guess.
at that.
It's tough. August is tough. We can't afford it.
That's right. No, we can't. I mean, Brian,
Barely hanging in.
what he charges. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's tough.
No wiggle room there, unfortunately.
Yep.
Done. Wiggle room gone.
That's the type of rum you drink it and you just start
Wiggle.
going,
Whoa.
Just wiggles all around.
wiggle rum.
your dancing shoes
So
on.
we didn't even do name Rory. Rory is a
Long John Silver drank it became Long John Shiver.
He's a doctor of physical therapy for the Blue Jackets, and he's heading back to his hometown to spend some time with his parents now that the season over, and also
Now
so
that
is
the
his
season
marriage.
over.
His marriage is also over. It's a double
2-for-1.
2-for-1 season
Yeah.
over situation. You know who lives next door to
playoffs for
Rory's
them.
parents is Lolly, and the two have a past. They were quite into each other, and something happened, and they broke up. It doesn't take long for them to bump into each other, and by them bumping into each other, I mean a dog bumps into her, the dog that his parents have that he's walking. But that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter how it happened. It just matters that it did. Lolly is feeling a little bummed. Her life isn't quite going how she dreamed that it would. She has a lot of things, a lot of what ifs. What if she went and started that restaurant?
Yeah.
What if Rory didn't leave? What if her mom didn't kick the bucket?
What if we named it Food Town?
What if we named it Food Town? These are all wonderful, wonderful things to imagine. But there's nothing you can really do with that, right? What ifs are what ifs are
Nothing
as,
you can do.
what's the old saying? What ifs are as
Ifs and buts with
valuable and
candy
ifs and
nuts.
buts?
Yes, you got it.
Merry Christmas.
And so what are you going to do with all this candy and nuts? That's what I'm wondering. And the good news is her aunt comes up and is like, hey, I got something for you. And she opens it up, and it is 4 lemon drops. They're magical. 4 magical lemon drops. And here's how it's going to work. You're going to get three of them you can wish to see what your life would have been like had this happen. So you can, I could wish, that I never met Brian, and I would then wake up the next day and I would see what that was like and how awesome it was and how that would have been so great
sounds
for
like a nice
everybody
life.
and for our pockets. But then I would wake up and Brian would still be in my life. That's how it would work. And then with the final lemon
With
drop,
an invoice.
you can decide to pop that sucker in your mouth and permanently go into one of those 3 realities. Are you tracking, Brian?
Yep.
I would not pick that reality.
Really?
I would.
You
You
haven't even tried
described it like it was a reality you
sounded
wanted.
great.
There
Yeah.
are definitely some pros, and I think you would even admit that there's some pros to you not
Absolutely.
being here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Can't
But
argue with that.
but the cons outweigh it
well,
depending on the day.
let's try
Maybe
it
not
out.
late August, but
right.
come the Wiseman movie, I think you're really gonna
Thank you.
be worth your wait. So she heads home and she decides that she is going to take drugs that is given to her by her aunt, the drug of dreams, that intoxicating drug. And she wakes up and her first wish is her restaurant. She always wanted to start a restaurant called Toast. Not the avocado toast. That's where we were a little bit confused. But a real restaurant that does things like avocado toast, but different. And her life is amazing. House is massive. Hair is awful. You know the drill. And she is going to get her 2nd Michelin star because you got to really make it unbelievable. But what can you do? And she cannot believe it. She then gets a text from Rory saying that he's excited to meet up with her tonight. And she's like, oh my gosh, am I with him too? This is the most amazing life ever. She shows up and no, they are not together. In fact, he has a girlfriend, a boo thing. And so now she's a little bit sad. She wakes up the next day and she's like, holy smokes, that was crazy. What a wild trip. And she spends the day in the real world reconnecting with Rory, and she apologizes for how she acted when she found out that he was going to Duke, going to be a doctor, a physician of medicine and sports and stuff. She got really mad and there was a whole blow up and blah, blah, blah. It's time for her 2nd lemon drop. She wishes to see her mom. And in this world, her dad is dead, so 6.5. But at least she gets to spend one magical day with her mom. But she finds out that she doesn't have any relationship at all with Rory. Rory didn't even recognize her, so clearly nothing there. So she wakes up. She spends some more time with Rory in the real world. They're talking about dreams. He is like, hey, she's been working on these pops the whole movie, and she's like, you should call them lollipops, which is a little on the nose if you ask me. But just as she pops her third lemon drop, she wishes for. I was going to say Molly. It was going to be a drug joke. She wishes for a life with Rory. Real world Rory at the same time walks into the eatery, Food Town, and sees her dad clearly is having a stroke. And so this is now a whole situation. But in her dream, life is amazing. They're married, they have twins, but she realizes at their anniversary dinner that he gave up so much to be with her. Never went to Duke, never worked in the sports world. So is it really all that good if you have to give up everything? But her dream is cut short when her aunt wakes her up and tells her that her dad is in the hospital. He's going to be okay, but they are going to have to sell the diner because he's not going to be able to work there anymore. So she has to decide, what is she going to do? Is she going to use that last lemon drop and live in one of those realities forever? She goes to hang out with Rory one last time because he's about to leave town. He just bought a new... cabin in the woods. Yeah,
to kill people. Yeah.
No,
maybe
we don't know.
And they say that they're gonna miss each other, and they do that thing that you do when you love somebody, where you put the tip of your foreheads together, like what Dan and Brian are.
Do that
what Dan and Brian are about to do
right now.
Right, of course.
It's very, it's very nice. It's very nice.
Wasn't uncomfortable for us at all.
That was great. I loved it. So she goes to the farewell party at the diner.
My big problem is I don't want to hit him too hard.
No, yeah, you got to go in easy.
This thing's so fragile.
Got to go in easy. She goes to the farewell party.
And you were very good. That was perfect.
You've got a great forehead.
Thank you.
It's one of your best traits.
Yeah. We all say that.
We talk about your forehead a little too much even.
It's weird.
We should talk.
She goes to the farewell party for the diner, and she gets a gift from Rory. It is a lemon drop necklace?
Necklace. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
And she's like, this is the only lemon drop I need. She decides that she doesn't want to live in any other reality. She likes this one. She goes to his new cabin in the woods and is like, hey, let's give this. Where are the dead bodies? And then also, we should give this a shot. And he's like, you kidding me right now? This is amazing. They go and they kiss, and then the dog comes and they pushes them in the water. And that, my friends, was the magic of lemon drops.
We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we will.
Already?
I think so.
Only 22 minutes in.
We'll dive in a little.
We kill this momentum.
We were gonna start the synopsis at like 6 minutes.
I'm gonna keep Brand from drowning during the break. Is what I'm gonna do.
We'll be back here on Duck Dome. Give me a burger. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking the magic of lemon drops, that late August smash hits from the Hallmark Channel. Let's break it down. We're going to start with the hot take. It is where we talk through our thoughts on this movie. We tell you exactly how we feel. We do not hold back. And sometimes those thoughts get hot.
Yeah.
Sometimes those thoughts get hot.
Those thoughts too.
Brian, what do you think of the magic of lemon drops?
Yeah, all right. I really...
Yeah, all right. I guess we'll do this.
I guess so. Get these hot thoughts out. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought they did a really good job. I feel like everybody in this movie did a really good job in their role. They went pretty hard on emotions, but it wasn't too hard. Like, I don't feel like it was heavy-handed. I don't feel like they overdid it. I didn't expect it to... they kept it up. They kept the emotions high throughout, which was... they did a good job with that. I feel like a lot of people watching this probably saw their own situations in it. Divorce, dogs, sick parents, people in physical therapy, like myself.
Therapy. You went to one PT appointment for tennis elbow. Stop it. Stop it.
See, this is why it's good that movies like this come out so we can talk about this.
Justice for Brian and his one PT appointment.
I have multiple on the books.
Oh, you got more? You're going back?
More, and I've been doing my exercises daily.
Good.
And
what are your exercises?
Do it for the vlog? Show us some.
Okay. One's like this. Ooh. Yeah, that's boy, real nice. You got to hold that real long, right? That's just, and then we go to the side out here. Yeah. And another one of these bad boys. and then we do some weightlifting with the little weights.
You do a little pop and lock.
That's all. So it's pretty good
stuff
stuff
to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
So
I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, you missed a
Do it again. Do it again though for the camera.
I just did. I don't want to overdo it.
No,
Do it one more time.
All right,
quick,
so we just
quick,
go
quick,
out. We
quick,
go real
quick.
quick, straight out
Nice,
like
and then
this.
come at
Little
me.
pressure, and then we go out to the side. A little pressure,
Nice.
and then we're just working out some kinks here.
Bada bing, bada
Yeah.
boom.
So,
Of course.
like I said, I liked it. Real good stuff.
Real good. Real good. Real
So you
good.
like the movie, is what
I
you're
did.
saying?
I did.
We got there.
I
Yeah.
also really liked this movie. I thought performances were wonderful. I thought the two leads had great chemistry. Great to see our boy Ian back on the old horse there. I thought he was great. Really liked this premise. I thought that this was, this seemed fresh, even though I'm sure we've seen stuff like it. Like, Dan, you brought up while you and I were watching it, Take Me Back to Christmas, where she gets to, see what life would have been like. But I like that it was, you knew it was only for one night.
Yeah.
And then you would get to do it 2 more times, and then you can decide from there. And there were reasons in each of them to show her that the grass isn't always greener, that there are still things in each of these lives, even though they're dreams. Like, your life now is a gift, and it's wonderful in its own way. And just because this didn't come true doesn't mean that your life now isn't still special. And I thought that was really nice. And I think that maybe was some of the messaging that maybe was lost a little bit in Take Me Back to Christmas, that I felt like in this one they really nailed the messaging there. And I just thought it was a really, really good time. Great performances all around, kept me engaged. And that's all you can really ask for in late August. You know what I mean?
Yeah, late
that's all you
August,
can really hope for. Really liked it. One of my favorites of the year. Dano?
Yeah, it's what curve are we judging on? For a late August movie in this year's crop of movies, it's one of the better ones of the year based upon those two stipulations. It was fine. There's this thing called the Faust legend, which I'm sure you guys are both very familiar with. The Faust legend.
Okay.
What is it, Brand?
It is the legend. It's Anthony Fauci and kind of where he grew up and stuff like that.
That's why we say the Faust
legend
legend.
of-
Yes.
Oh, it's Faust?
Faust.
I thought you said Fauci.
Faust.
My bad.
So the movies based on the Faust legend are usually like the devil shows up and gives you 3 wishes, and you wish for things that are wrong in your life in order to get the person you're in love with. And whatever you get in that wish, something else always gets taken away from you. And so this movie does that without the devil part of it, with the stakes being a lot lower. So it's like, I wish my mom was back. Well, now your dad's gone. Or I wish that I had this guy. Well, now he didn't go get his doctorate. So it's a very, thematically something we've done for years and years and years. I thought for Hallmark, though, to try it, it could have been way worse. I think Ian Harding and Lindsay Fonseca both are wonderful in this movie. So is the dad, and I never remember his name. I think his first name is John. He's great in everything he's in. But as a whole, does it reach the heights of the France movie with Bethany Joy Lenz or the movie from a few weeks ago, My Dreams of You with Dream Central? No way, no how. Does it get to where
I think
those
this is
two
an easy
movies-
third, though.
Yeah, I don't. The fact that I can't think of a third movie probably does slot it in at third. So I guess that's the
We'll
whole
find
thing.
out later
is
this week.
It's been a down year for movies, A. B, it is late August, and we've had some real stinkers in late August. And this movie benefits from the low expectations of that and from the fact that Ian Harding needs to be in more of these movies. He's wonderful in these movies. But yeah, it's just okay. It's just it's not outright bad, but it wasn't. It didn't leave me as exhilarated as My Dreams of You or as just outright happy as the Joy Lenz France movie did. So
It got me real excited for Holiday, though, the show that he's going to be in. I think it's
for
great.
sure.
I don't know what we're going to do there, but I'm excited about it. That's all I'm saying. It's time for all the feels where we talk about what in this movie made us feel things deep down.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, music was really good in this movie. Throughout, they used music really, really well. The apex of feels for me, I think, was the scenes with the mother, which took on a whole new meaning when I came into the office, because for me watching them alone, I'm like, wow, this is really great, really well done. Listening to you guys watch that scene, Dan, you were talking about sheds the whole time and solar panels the whole time. And so it was just really funny to me because
Which
I was
scene?
this is when she goes back to her mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was thinking, I got my headphones on. I take one ear off. I'm like, Brand's gonna start crying. I'm gonna bring tissues in. This is gonna be great. And then you're like, yeah, but I mean, it takes 3 years for the panels to reimburse fully 100%. And
we're looking at solar panels for my
Brand, you got
house.
more shade on your roof. So I mean, the whole time just waiting for Brand to speak. Dan, can you not?
No, Brand was involved in my conversation.
Yeah, I know, because
he was a part of it.
You guys were in it, but it was just a really funny thing.
Also, the movie. So, Take Me Back to Christmas. Excuse me. That movie is very, very manipulative, but the stuff with the mom really works because she thinks she doesn't know that it's a bit. That scene is undercut by the fact that she knows this is like, it's not undercut for her character, but it's undercut for my emotions.
It doesn't have to be a bit though.
Because
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be a bit.
You're
right. And if it's not a bit, then obviously it's less bittersweet and more just sweet.
Less bit. It's her sweet.
Yeah. That scene's, my feels is that scene, but not for what your reason is. Yeah. My reason is the camera work in that scene is unbelievable. Yeah. The way they use light in that scene, the close up to close up, and then how they transition to her and she's sleeping and still laying in that same position. That's the kind of stuff that really worked for me. That scene with the mom was fine, but whatever. Solar panels.
I thought, to your point, Brian, I thought that the music was really good. I liked that each of the realities, whenever she would go, it would have its own soundtrack, kind of. There was a song featured in each of them that I felt like worked really well within the reality in which she was living, which I really liked. And then, yes, the scene with the mom was very nice. And solar panels.
Yeah, also, don't forget those.
The future. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the what the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking the magic of lemon drops.
I hated what you just did.
Okay, well.
What was the Jello sound? It sounded a little bit
no,
we can't do
totally
that.
We can't do that. Not
inappropriate.
It's time for the wait what. It's where we talk about what in this movie made us go wait what. And I will start with you, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, what you got?
Only a couple. I laughed out loud when that dog launched her.
Dude, the first time the dog launched her, we were up against it.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to rewind it. The clear extra and launch angle there is absurd.
It was great. I did rewind it because I did have the time when I watched it. And the first time I saw it, to me, she went straight back.
Yeah, it didn't look like the dog hit her. It looked like the dog hit something and then they just threw her.
Oh, man. Really, really great. It almost was like, we're going to do this for comedy effect. Like, let's make this look ridiculous.
Yeah.
The next one was the Michelin star guy called her avocado toast Titanic, which I know,
if you're saying big,
the definition works, but I mean, we all know that's not.
Yeah, that's
what
not what you call a dish
that's
that's really destined for great things.
No, you don't do that. So very inappropriate, Mr. Wainwright.
Oh, fair enough. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I have a few. One, she wakes up in her first reality and her phone is across the room, and I don't really care.
Yes,
she's still. Fell asleep. Like the reality's still happening. So at some point, when you're a hotshot deal maker, you just leave your room leave your phone across the room and go to bed. No way. She would be on that thing. She'd be doing big business stuff right before she falls asleep. That's the type of person that she is in that world. She's a hotshot restaurateur. You don't get a second Michelin chef by leaving your phone across the room before you
it's hard to get one Michelin chef.
I know.
You know what I mean? Here's my thing is that dresser is completely empty aside from a cell phone face down unplugged while she's sleeping across the room. It's the worst. It's clearly a gaffe. There's no way that was supposed to. It's clear that there's a scene where she gets her phone off the nightstand and then puts it there to get changed or something.
I don't know.
It's just the dumbest thing in the world. There's no way that would be like that while you're sleeping.
Our job is so pointless in the grand scheme of things, especially compared to someone who owns a 2-star restaurant.
Yeah.
And I do work right before I fall asleep. I'm on the phone. I'm trying to think. I got it. Let me do this real quick before I go to sleep, or I'm going to forget about it.
But she's doing a thing this year.
She's doing a thing. Listen, power to. I should do that thing. Because they always say, you don't want the blue light or the whatever, 30 minutes before bed, blah, blah, blah.
Sure. Blah,
That'd be
blah,
a good practice maybe for 2025. Yeah.
Maybe if you just really you want to wake up with your alarm, but if you're still in bed.
Yeah. If that is a problem that you have, I think my brother used to do that.
Yeah. It's not plugged into anything.
Right.
It's just there.
That's reckless.
It's
100%.
crazy. And there's nothing else on the dresser. You live in that house and there's nothing on top of your dresser. Who are you?
Yeah.
Reckless.
American Psycho? That's crazy.
You don't deserve another star.
No. And I just want to say this. If you wake up in a world and you do have your dream restaurant, but you do have that hair, is it any of it even worth it? That hair was awful.
It was real bad.
It was bad wig, bad. It made it all, it's like, what's even the point?
Yeah.
What's even the point?
What's even the point
with this? I almost when she's in the world with her mom, she sees Rory. They have a conversation. He's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. You've grown up, blah blah blah. And then he says, I almost asked you out once, but it seemed a little too close to home. You live next door, and I don't that was a thing, the girl next door, that thing where you're like, oh man, I've got a crush on my next door neighbor, blah, blah, blah. Who's she lives next door though. So that could be
too close to home.
Yeah,
a little too close. A little too
I
close
was
to
going to
home.
ask you out, but you lived so
close. And that would have been super awesome actually. If I was in a relationship with my neighbor. And so that I can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. There's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. And in that dream sequence, she's lying on the blanket beside her mom, and she falls asleep. Yeah. And then she wakes up.
Yeah.
And she's back in her world, which is how's all that work? You're if
you fall asleep
at all,
if
you go to take a nap, you're done. So she only get to live a half day. You should only get to live a half day in that world.
The sister of the mom said you get to live the whole day, and in 2 of the 3,
she did.
She doesn't.
She's
get to
woken
live the
up
whole
in
day.
the third one.
And it's why set up that rule if you're not going to let them live the whole day?
But at least in the third one, she made it to nighttime.
Yeah,
in the second one, it's bright.
Her aunt wakes her up
middle
too,
of the
so
day.
I guess you could, whatever.
That's middle of the day.
Yeah,
it's middle of the day nap time. That's tough. Yeah. Dana?
Yeah, those are my 3 big ones.
Oh wow!
Look at you. I've got one more small one, but the phone being across the room.
Shed Talk.
The phone being across the room, the fact that she didn't get to live the whole day there, and the fact that I couldn't ask you out because we were neighbors, those 3 things were crazy. And then you talked about the 4th one in your synopsis, which is IRS big envelope. Hey, I've gotten a lot of mail from the IRS. They claim we didn't file taxes one year. One year we owed some taxes. And they will send you stuff in the mail. They will never send you something like you've been accepted to the University of IRS, though. They don't send you the big envelope with a giant stamp on it. It's pretty normal mail from the IRS. If you think the IRS is wasting money on big envelopes, you've not met the IRS. When she walked in with that big envelope, I'm like, scam. That's immediately a scam.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
You've been approved.
That's right. Yeah.
Unlimited financing.
Yeah. That's how you know it's not the IRS. And also, another one that you talked about in the synopsis. You named your restaurant The Eatery.
Against a number of good choices.
Food Big Town.
Food Town, great option. But also just in general, Minnesota's got a lot of great food. Pick something that makes it stand out as anything other than just The Eatery. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark is. Where we wonder what could have been. Maybe give some clarity to any questions that we still have. Essentially, what's really clawing at the old brain, making us wonder what's going on? Brian,
you can
still wondering about anything?
I can barely sleep with this on my mind, just clawing at the old brain. Does her dad know about the lemon drops?
It's a great question.
They don't bring that up at all. I feel like he's got to. His wife and him must have talked about it at some point, but he doesn't ever, we had that talk in, what was the Vic Michaelis movie? Round and Round. The dad came in, he laid on the couch. We had that
laid
awesome
on the bed.
scene. Yeah, the bed, laid across the bed. We didn't get a scene like that. I thought we might have. So it doesn't even know.
Yeah.
No way.
You don't think he knows?
I don't think he knows. I think it's just a sister's thing. I think it's that side of the family.
Sister.
And where'd they cut? Where did it come from? How long has it been going? Obviously
when did that start?
The history of that is really interesting. Yeah. Mine is in one of the worlds. I think it's world number 1. she finds out that her dad is dating a woman or is married to a woman, Rosalina or whatever her name
Ramona.
is. Ramona.
Yeah.
And then in real life, he ends up getting a nurse whose name is Ramona, and they are
that
clearly
would be
digging
a
each other.
Conflict of interest.
But clearly they're digging each other and all that good stuff, which means that sometimes stuff happens no matter what. No matter what. Like life is... The fate's gonna fate you.
It's gonna fate you.
Can I tell you?
Go ahead.
I think that's the reason this movie didn't ever ascend to great heights to me is that it was very evident from the start something was going to be wrong with every dream, and the thing she liked from every dream, aside from her mom, was some version of that was gonna happen in her real life. It didn't ever feel like the stakes were as high as I thought they should be for a movie where you can literally change your reality by taking a piece of candy.
Yeah.
And I think that was my thing is like, oh yeah, of course this woman shows up at the end of this movie. Like,
yeah, well, so I guess what the hallmark is also just like life in general, but like what is fate? What is not fate? Like what is going to happen no matter
Baby,
what?
don't hurt me.
What's it gotta do?
What is going to happen no matter what and what's not? You know, like in World 3, they've been married for, 10 years. He has an established life. Is that going to happen? Like, is that what's going to end up happening now that they're going to be together? Is he going to be like, I don't want to do this? Like, what is fate? In this movie in particular.
I love that.
Anything else, Dano?
Yeah, mine is just 2 words: cactus sweater.
Sure.
The dad gets rushed to the hospital, and Lindsay Fonseca goes there, and her sister is there with a bright pink sweater with cacti all over it. It's glorious, and what a move! What a move! Where did we get the sweater? I think it was a great sweater, and it stood out in a scene that was maybe not where you should have had wardrobe stand out. But
do you think she was already wearing that, or do you think she put it on to help No, the character. Do you think like she was like, oh, I'm going to be at the hospital, like maybe I should change into this and try to rush?
My dad's been rushed to the hospital. Quick, find me my cactus sweater. I don't think that's what happened.
Well, I knew a guy that anytime he had to run to the hospital, he put on clown shoes, and it was just to lighten the mood.
Yeah,
it's thoughtful.
It is.
It is.
It's a thoughtful mood.
I loved it. It's not a way what. I loved the sweater. I loved it.
It would be great if a doctor came out like, listen, not the time.
That's right. It's not the time for this. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on here. One of them is not cactus.
Here's some scrubs for you. Cover up.
That's right.
You're distracting. No, I'd still like. I lost the shoes and wanted to move, or else I'd still do it.
Yeah, of course.
So that guy.
That's me. I'm that guy. It's time for Double Decker of the Week, is where we dive deep into the life of one of the double deckers that have signed up for Brainwell Jam Plus. At the double decker tier or higher, Brian invades your privacy and tells us all that weird stuff you're up to that you wish no one knew about. Dan, who do we have today? Do you know, buddy?
I do, Brand.
Tell me about
somebody
it.
Good?
Joshua Fox.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh,
it is
Foxy.
someone.
The Fox.
The Fox.
That's
Josh
right.
Fox. Josh Fox.
Josh Fox.
WFOX. The Fox.
He's the car
Remember we used
fox,
to do
from what I
those?
understand.
Yeah, he is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, obviously,
good gig.
Dan and I have done a lot of research ourselves.
People know
clearly,
that about him. There's some stuff you don't know about the Fox.
There's some stuff you don't know yet.
Fox, a big fan of nice lawns, as a lot of us are.
Yeah, who
likes a
isn't?
nice fertilized lawn. So he came up with this idea. He's like, how can I help the fertilization industry? What can I do? Just want to do anything he can, the Fox out here. So he's like, I'm going to ride the coattails. This is what I noticed with him online, just searching him up. He's riding the coattails of some of the social media trends right now.
He's riding the coattails of the social media trends.
Who isn't, though?
Yeah, I guess we all
Okay.
sort
In
of
this
are.
world, you kind of have to.
But he's
thinks-
on top of it.
Josh Fox thinks riding the coattails of the social media trends is the best way to help the fertilization industry.
Yes, like if you take like a fertilization, he'll find a nice lawn and he'll say, this is a nice lawn. I'm going to share this with all the people, and he'll like use maybe a sound clip that's real popular. Like right now, it's a big wellness push out there. Like everybody's being very calm and
All right.
demure and what have you. And so
Oh my God.
Nice.
he's his big thing. He's out there. He's taking pictures of the lawns. He's putting them up. He's showing, isn't this a nice manicured lawn? It looks really good. Nice manure. And then he'll put that out there. And he'll go to the next lawn he finds, a very nice lawn.
Speaking of riding the coattails of social media trends,
what are you talking about?
Brian,
It's interesting that you brought up manure.
It's so wild that this is really new information that you're getting.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like I
so
said,
manure.
He's so on top of it, and I learned actually a lot. I learned that from Josh, following Josh, and so
Okay.
It's so, and that's his bit.
yeah.
He says it's very nice.
Right now, it's very nice
manure.
green grass, very lush, very manure. Yeah. So he's just taking the things to the next level.
Wow.
The Fox.
That's
Josh Fox,
incredible.
everybody.
That's incredible. I love that.
You know what the best is that, like, you know, over the years we're like, what was your double decker of the week? And people have to explain it when everybody forgets about this demure thing in like a year or two.
Yeah.
And
In
he
a
has
day
to
or
explain it.
You know what I found out though? I saw
It's gonna
this.
be tough for him.
I saw this on the news. Makes me sad. I saw an article on the news website.
You watch the 7 o'clock every night.
Log into your subscription.
Somebody
online.
heard you across the fence go, shut up, kids, it's the 7 o'clock news.
Shed talk.
Anderson Cooper's talking.
Shut
your
your
pie
pie hole. 7 o'clock news comes once a day.
That the person I don't know
Get on the
what is
swing.
it Demure.
Demure.
Demure,
Is that the
yes.
mindfulness thing.
Um,
Yeah.
Somebody trademarked that
Oh, they
before
did?
they could, and
Oh
so
my
now
gosh. I
hate
they
that.
can't monetize on it because
That's ridiculous.
That is.
Who would
that
do
is.
that?
an American.
Guys, we got a new
get ahead of
trademark.
it.
Speaking of trademark.
Speaking of trademarks,
Take the Hallmark. Very demure. Trademark.
You just have to say trademark. I
Yeah,
think
that's
is
all
the
you
rule.
gotta say. Trademark. That's all you
we
gotta
did
say.
it.
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we
Yep.
did it. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Nelly knows mysteries.
You want to go take a ride with me with 3 women in the boat? Oh, these are wild.
Until then, maybe first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Podcast
Merry
is produced
Christmas.
by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.